So here we are from Charlotte, Amalie. This is St. Thomas. Sorry that we're going a little earlier than normal because it's sunset is now. So we wanted you to see that. And I'm sorry that I'm here by myself because Allison is at a convention event right now. So a little bit of time conflict. We wanted to do Sail Away, but Sail Away isn't for another hour and a half. And that would have been in the dark and you wouldn't have been able to see anything. So those of you that are just now joining, just to repeat, it's sunset here in St. Thomas. Allison is in an event right now, and so I just wanted you to see beautiful harbor here. Just absolutely gorgeous day here on St. Thomas. Just beautiful, beautiful island here in the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have had such a lovely time. We didn't do a whole lot today. We just wanted to take, hi Myra, how you doing? Glad that you could join us. We just wanted to take it easy here, being that this is our first visit to the Virgin Islands. So we want to go visit Megan's Bay next time and go swimming and so on. But today we just wanted to kind of scope it out and see what it was like. Hi Anne-Marie, glad that you could join us. So we just walked around. Let me zoom around over here. So at the bow of the ship here, this is towards the front, you can see some shops right there, and that's where we walked around. We just around to the right a little bit more from there. There's just some fun little shops, lots of your standard stuff, Diamonds International, all your normal jewelry shops. Apparently, historically, St. Thomas has been very well known for having great jewelry prices. So, hi Mari, how are you? Glad you could join us. So in fact, I can remember when I was a kid, my parents, their first cruise included the Virgin Islands. And I remember my parents bought new watches while they were here. And for them, that was a big deal. That was in the mid-70s. You didn't buy watches all the time, I guess, then. So they both got new Omega watches. So thought you'd want to see what was here. We've got some people on their dinghies going back and forth between between shore and on their boats. There's a few yachts right here. Let me read you the names. I think there's some fitting names here. We've got Wanderlust is the furthest one out there. Then there's let's see, Bad Romance, there you go. And I can't read the other ones, they're a little bit further away. You have Island something right down here on this catamaran. I am surprised at the number of catamarans that they have out here. The multi-hull sailing ships, they're just gorgeous. I'm gonna keep pointing towards the sunset since that's what I told you I was gonna be doing here. So there you go. See the sun setting over down in the clouds, and just beautiful islands here. I was quite surprised how green and lush it is here. But then as we got going through the day, it was like this morning, but then mid-afternoon clouds formed over the island itself and it rained. And it wasn't a heavy rain, it was just a light rain, but it was for a good hour or so, just off and on. Hi Hetty, happy to have you join us. So it was a nice rain. We had returned to the ship at the time and we were sitting in the bow eating area, so we got to see it. Robert was here in February on the Enchanted, so oh, you will be here in February. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous, especially if you're coming from a cold weather climate. You're going to enjoy being able to not have to worry about the snow and such. So, but yeah, we just we were watching the harbor, and we were watching the shops on the shore, and then the rain came down. Hi, Anne-Marie. Yes, we are very much enjoying the ship. I don't know if you saw Allison's video today. Oh, and you had your first snowfall today. I'm sorry. But she mentioned how pleased we've been with the Norwegian ship. Of course, you know, she mentioned this is the Norwegian Encore, which came online in 2019. So tomorrow, to answer your question, tomorrow we're headed to the UK Virgin Island, Tortola. So, hey, Jeffrey, and someone from Australia. So, oh, sorry, it's not cold there. You're coming into your summertime there. The humidity today, 67%. So it's actually right now, I would say it's probably in the low 80s. Humidity has dropped. It was a little bit more humid earlier. Because the sun has gone down, it's a little cooler. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. We've got, you can just, definitely not a crispness in the air, but not the humidity that just kind of hangs over you. So it's just right now absolutely delightful. We have been very pleased with the Norwegian Encore. We had lunch in the buffet, some Caribbean stuff offered. I got Caribbean meatloaf. There were a Jamaican meat pie. Just a lot of good stuff. Not sure about the sugar-free chocolate something offering, so we skipped that. Internet service has been better. Right now I'm using my cellular, and being that this is a US Virgin Island, Verizon is included. It is what's called Verizon's extended service. So it's not full on Verizon. It's actually, I think, maybe just 3G or maybe the LTE right above it. But today's video, I tried to post it using the internet online, and I'm able to get into my email. I'm able to browse different things on the internet, but for some reason YouTube is just not playing too happily with it. So what I did is I kind of went through a back door, and I uploaded the video to one of my Google accounts, where I just put it up on my Google Drive. Then I remoted into my home computer, which has a little bit better internet, and I remote controlled and downloaded the video there, finished editing it, and then posted it back up to YouTube. So kind of an interesting three-step that I had to go through in order to get it posted today, but it's up there. So watch the video. We talk about upcoming Alaska cruise tour that we found out about while here on the convention. Allison has been learning a lot. She got to meet Brad Oakes, who is the travel agent that she deals directly with, who is the franchise owner. And so, and she spent some time yesterday meeting with a Princess representative. We had lunch with a Viking representative. We've been meeting different people. So hopefully getting some better offerings and availability for some more travel for offerings for everybody. So just, we are having a delightful time. She is keeping busy. Again, that's why she's not here right now. A little conflict on time, but I figured better to have a sunset than nothing. Now I'm gonna try to zoom in here, and it's really hard to see on here, but I'm gonna zoom in if I can. Let's go here. There we go. So if you look in the top middle of this, or in the middle of the screen right there, you can see a little bit of a smokestack. That is the Celebrity Beyond, and it's in the next harbor over. It pulled in just after we did, and another ship was already here. I think it was the Royal Caribbean. And then a little bit after we got here, Disney Magic pulled in behind us. So there were 4 ships in harbor today. And but we didn't notice it being too crowded at all. We didn't feel, I guess, because, well, the other 2 ships are over on the far side of the harbor. We are at the Haven Lock area of St. Thomas. They are over directly at the downtown area of Charlotte, Amalie, and so that splits it up a little bit. So 2 ships here, 2 ships there, absolutely beautiful. Come around over here, and if you look carefully, yeah, right here. So about in the center of the screen here, just below the crest of that hill, there's a yellow building up there, and just below that you see a tower. That's a cell tower. But somewhere, well, maybe it was over here where you can't see it in front of the ship. There is a, yeah, it is in front of the ship where you can't see. There's a like a ski lift kind of a ride, a cable car ride, and I thought that'd be nice to take. It takes you up to the top of the island, and here's a tourist boat. Are we happy with the cabin on the ship? It is tiny. It's as small as a normal balcony. I would say it's actually slightly smaller than a normal balcony, it feels. The one thing that really, I guess, is different is there are no drawers. There's shelving inside the closet. There are closet doors which cover the closet because the closet faces into the room. I think we've been spoiled with Princess. Princess gives you that nice open closet with no doors to get in your way. It gives you extra shelving on the side. It gives you drawers under the desk. Here, there's a nice little desk, and there's a refrigerator there. There's kind of a cubby on one end, and I've kind of taken that one over with my electronics gear, but they're kind of hard to get into. So there's no real drawers where you can unload your stuff, and so I've taken a lot of my stuff, which I keep in cubes, and I've put it up on the shelves so that I can just reach in and grab stuff. Hi, Roxanne, glad you could join us. Sorry Allison's not here. She's got a scheduling conflict, so I thought you'd want to see a sunset more than you'd not. So, but yeah, there's no, it's a little, I guess, almost disappointing to not have the drawer space that we're normally used to in order to put stuff in. But I'm not going to complain. I'm on a cruise ship. We're on a balcony. It's very clean. Trying to see if he's out. Nope, they put it away. They had the window washer was out, and he was spraying the decks down, your balconies, so that we get the ocean spray off of it. So that's very nice. I did have to step inside so I didn't get wet, and I was trying to upload a video at the time, and I was sitting outside enjoying the view and the sights and the sounds. So I had to step inside so I wouldn't get showered. But it just took a minute for him to swing by with the water. They have ice cream that they offer at the buffet. So got a couple of scoops of chocolate on my way down. They have a lot of nice desserts, pineapple cake. They had a carrot cake today. The one thing I will say about breakfast, I've been very pleased. The buffet is directly above us here. It's on the front of the ship rather than the rear where we find most of them. But so that's really nice. We just go up the elevators, so here we're forward. And when you go up to the buffet for breakfast. Yeah, Allison has met with a Princess rep. Well, it's so she's on a convention for her cruise travel agency, and you've got Princess reps, you got Viking reps, there's NCL reps, there's reps from all these different cruise lines, all the different places that they can book cruises to, and so on. So it's your standard travel trade show kind of a thing, where you got to meet with people, you have cocktail parties every night. They kind of live it up, and they had a wig thing going last night, and they had white night. I guess that was last night. The wigs were the night before. But when I was talking about the buffet for breakfast, they have multiple stations. They must have at least 4 different stations. Oh, Steve, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I'll get Allison a special extra drink for that. That's very kind of you. Appreciate the super thanks. But I was very pleased with the buffet, because you can get omelets at like 3 or 4 or 5 different stations. They've got bacon. They got a lot of bacon. And I know that I've heard other reports of a shortage of bacon on cruise ships. Well, there is no shortage on Norwegian. So I've been having a nice ½ pound of bacon every morning, plenty of powdered eggs, as well as if you want a true omelet, you can do that. The normal offerings, hash browns, and sausage, and all the trimmings, lots of yummy good fruit. We must have picked up a lot of good oranges in Florida while we were there, because yeah, I'll grab an orange every day and peel it, and it's just absolutely delightful. So I'm very pleased with the availability of room at breakfast, because there is no shortage. There's never a line. You don't have to worry about waiting and waiting and waiting. So, hi Amy, glad you could join us. So just absolutely wonderful. So when it comes to the oh, Myra, that's so nice of you. I'll get Allison another drink. You guys are so nice tonight. The buffet here is quite good. Definitely a step above what we had on RCL last week. The dining rooms are quite good. We had they had 30 days till we get breakfast from Princess. Great, Roxanne. You'll enjoy it. Somebody else is making breakfast, so I'm not. We're not trying to, say that it's not a good thing. It's just a little bit of comparison. We want everybody to know and be aware. So, in the main dining room, I had a sirloin last night. Mine was medium, and I liked it. Allison got a medium well, and hers got a little tough. I had prime rib the other night, which was pretty good. I had a little pasta with lunch today that was quite good. And there was just got home from a 10-day Caribbean on the getaway. It was great. All right, Shelly, glad you could. Now, did you hit some of the same places we're hitting? This is our second Caribbean cruise, well, third actually. The first was not stopped, but we've been to the Bahamas, we've been to Jamaica, we've been to Grand Cayman. Now we are hitting the U.S. Virgin Islands. Tomorrow is the U.K. Virgin Islands. Friday will be the Dominican Republic. Never been there, so that will be a new offering for us. And then back to another sea day on Saturday, and then back to Miami on Sunday. And we fly back to Salt Lake to be greeted by snow. So, how many people on the ship? The ship holds just under 4,000, and it seems to be that it is quite full. Knowing that there is this travel agency convention on board, that does lend to a lot of people being here. People such as with Allison being a travel advisor and myself being a guest. Okay, UDR, Curacao, Jamaica, Aruba. That sounds fun. Okay, sorry if it dropped again. All right, let me recenter here. There we go. Like I said, they got everybody in their little dinghies going back and forth between ship and shore. So that's always fun to see. Everybody seems to have an inflatable that they drive just to get back and forth. Quite a few little ships out, boats. Those are boats. We're on a ship. So quite a few of them out there in the harbor. These, like I said, there's these lot of good ones. Hi, Roxanne. Sorry you have to run. Yeah, the weather has been absolutely gorgeous. Get some more of the sunset here for you guys. Just trying to think of what else. Tomorrow we have no plans in Tortola. Again, with the travel agent convention, we didn't want to get having any conflicts. We had originally planned to go to the bay, Montego Bay, somewhere swimming today, but we found that there was a conflict with a couple of things, so it was easiest just to get off and walk around, get to see the the city. So very enjoyable. St. Thomas, my third favorite port. Well, what are your other two favorites, Jeffrey? Because this, I agree, this is, to me, one of the best ones in the Caribbean that we've ever been to. So I enjoyed Costa Maya for the swimming. Jamaica was okay. Grand Cayman was interesting. A little sad that they had that beach that really wasn't a beach. If you saw our video for that day where it was just a seawall. Key West and St. Martin. I have been to Key West when I was 5 years old. I don't remember anything about it. St. Martin, we're not going to hit that on this trip. So in answer to Shelley's question, we are on the Norwegian Encore. So just an absolutely beautiful ship, as I mentioned. Its capacity is 3,998 passengers, and there's an announcement here. St. Martin in January the first time, good to know. Sounds like it's the cruise director telling us about all the things that we're going to miss in order to spend money on. My favorites are St. Lucia and Barbados. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Never been to either one of those two. And this is our first time here in St. Thomas. And thanks, Bruce. Have been absolutely just so pleased with it. So we watched Tony and Jenny, of course, and Dawn. And I know that when I watch Tony's videos, he has as his opening intro for his videos, he shows this harbor right here. And so I posted a video to Tony or a photo to him and said, hey, thank you for your inspiration. We have finally, after nearly 15 cruises, we finally made it to St. Thomas. So just thought that was fun to let him know how much this has inspired us. Just absolutely gorgeous. So we're hoping that we'll be extra pleased with Tortola tomorrow of the UK, the British Virgin Islands. So that'll be interesting. And then again, the Dominican Republic on Friday. I've had a number of friends who have spent, oh, there's a jet taking off right up there. There you go, right smack in the middle. There's the jet going. So Jeffrey, today we had a conflict. We originally wanted to go to go swimming on the other side of the island. But with a scheduling conflict, we canceled that, and we just went ahead and got off the ship right here, Havenport or whatever. I'm not sure. It's the east end of the harbor, and they've got shops right there. And so we bought a couple of t-shirts. I actually got a Hawaiian type shirt. I'll wear that maybe for the live on Monday. But yeah, we found some nice t-shirts. People were really nice. Of course, after you spend $100 on t-shirts, they give you a bag. Yeah, Havenside, okay. So they gave us a nice free tote bag that said St. Thomas on it. I figure when you spend that much for t-shirts, they can give you something free, right? So, but wonderful people here, very laid back, very Caribbean, just wonderful time. Spa there that I love, that's good. There was a couple of restaurants I saw that I thought, boy, some of our people I'm sure have been here. I'll try to do some, I always like to do Google reviews, and so hopefully I'll get caught up on some of those, and when I do, I'll post links to those. So I actually did a Google review for the beach place we went to on Jamaica, and also one for the beach place on Grand Cayman. So the sun has gone down, but we'll hang on here for a little bit more. Just absolutely gorgeous. Cannot complain about this at all. Getaway holds 4,200 passengers, only 2,400 on the cruise. No elevator issue, no lines, plenty of lounge chairs. Very good. Always forget about Google reviews. I normally do TripAdvisor. Okay, Jeffrey. Yeah, I think I get an email. Oh, so Allison is at an event for the travel agent convention that's going on. But we thought you'd rather be able to see the sunset and than not. So get some scheduling conflicts going on this week, but that's okay. We're both working. I actually had good enough internet that I did some work yesterday while she was at a couple of presentations. So I can say that working on a cruise ship is much more delightful than working in the office at home. So I got somebody, some fire truck over here somewhere, but they stopped. Just show you a little bit more of the cloud over the hill. Yes, we will definitely enjoy the lights. So we're still an hour away from sorry, kicking my table here. We are an hour away from sail away, and so it's going to be dark. Hi, Diane. Oh, sorry you had to cancel Majestic. Sorry, that's too risky. That's understandable. You'll be able to find something else and be able to go again soon, I'm sure. Let's pull back around this side. Beautiful construction here. I assume some of this is brand new and some of it's older. I think they've done a nice job. I'm real pleased with St. Thomas. We read a little bit about the history as we came in, because you hear it all the time, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. So I thought I'd be a little more knowledgeable. And apparently in 1917, the U.S. bought the Virgin Islands from Denmark, for I think it was $15 million, because it used to be the Danish West Indies. And that's when it became the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. John, St. Croix, and St. Thomas. So here we are. There's normally a bunch of super yachts in that harbor. There's a few right down here. Maybe not as big as what you normally see, but there are a few here. So this closest one is called Bad Romance. I don't know if I wanted to hear the story on that one. The furthest one out there is, says Wanderlust. The other two, I can't read them. I read them earlier, but eyesight's gone down during the day as normal. So, but yeah, the Virgin Islands were purchased from Danish, and citizens here are U.S. citizens. They don't have any representation in Congress. They seem quite happy. I don't think that there's any issues with what they've got going on around here. They have a lot of American vehicles, I noticed. Where the catamaran is on the outside, they're usually a huge yacht. You know, they're taking the whole length. Oh, this guy right here, I can see that. Wow. Yeah, that would be a mega yacht. They must be in another island right now. Somewhere even warmer still. Just beautiful here today. Show you a little bit more. And again, like I said, tomorrow is the British Virgin Islands. I guess I'll read the history on that to see when they became British Virgin Islands, and we'll be able to report that then. And like I mentioned, Friday is the Dominican Republic. I've had quite a few friends that have been there quite often. Oh, Lauren, we have fallen in love with St. Thomas. So I can understand why you love it. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I hope to have a good report about Tortola tomorrow. Catamaran took their spot. Yeah, I don't see a big mega yacht out there anywhere, Jeffrey. Not sure. They probably pulled in and said, someone's in my parking spot, I'll go somewhere else. Tomorrow, we arrive in Tortola at 6 a.m. It's going to be dark. I'm not going to be up. But we depart at 3 p.m. Now, we are currently on Puerto Rican time, Virgin Island time, which is an hour ahead of the East Coast. So whereas it's 6 o'clock for us, yeah, just after 6. So I guess it's just after 5 o'clock there on the East Coast, which means that it's 2 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. Tomorrow, our sail away will be at 3 o'clock local time. And so that's going to be at 2 o'clock on Eastern time. So those of you that work and can pull up a YouTube video and not worry about your boss peeking over the shoulder, that's 2 o'clock sail away. So we plan to have, yeah, Cozumel uses East Coast time. It does. It's interesting how far over that comes. Last week we did not change our clocks at all, but this one we changed it a couple nights ago. So we'll have that at least today and tomorrow. I assume the DR, Dominican Republic, probably has the same because it's over there near Puerto Rico. And I would assume then that on our sea days when we'll change back and get another hour back. So, so yeah, we plan to go live tomorrow for sail away about 20 to 30 minutes before sail away, as we normally do. So it could be even about 1:30 Eastern time that we may be going live. So have a late lunch, or just if you want to join us, we're more than happy to have everybody come and see how we're doing. So we will, let's come over back here to Sunset. Just absolutely gorgeous. Allison and I have been posting some of our photos from our night shots that we've gotten of the moon, which are just absolutely gorgeous. So last week on the Royal Caribbean, it was a full moon. Last night was a half moon. And so still the moon behind the clouds has just been beautiful. Friday night, I think it is a peak of the Leonid meteor shower. And I'm hoping that the moon will be diminished enough that we can see, I understand, anywhere from 10 to 20 meteors an hour. And so I'm hoping to come out on the balcony and look up and see some meteors as we sail along. So I love the night sky. Now, if you, let me pull over here a little bit more so you can see. There's the celebration beyond. Let me set this down so it doesn't wiggle so much. There we go. Happy to bring you along, Anne-Marie. So you can see the light right there in the middle. That's the celebration beyond over there in the next harbor, or the next part of the harbor. So they're here too. I assume they'll be leaving soon as well, because they pulled in soon after us. All right. It's beautiful clouds up there. Here comes the party boat, it looks like. You can see this boat here in the middle coming in. And from where I can look, it is full of people. So we'll wait till they get closer and then we'll let you see a little bit more. Let me look down here and you can see they've done a really nice job with these lights, where they turn on the lights and we can see down onto the water. There's the little town right there, Haven Site, as Jeffrey corrected me. And this one's gotten a little bit closer, but you can see the water now with the light shining in, the different hues. Just absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful, Happy? Just absolutely beautiful. So as I mentioned before about putting that video up earlier, I came out and just sat on the balcony and did it. So talk about a fun way to do some work. There you go, you could hear them cheering here. We'll let them get closer and we'll zoom in a little bit. I can understand always being clouds. I don't know how many of you have ever, oh, you were born here, Yolanda? That is incredible. That's wonderful. We had one of the servers at lunch say, well, what do you think of my hometown? So that was nice. I remember the 2 times I've been to Hawaii, how the islands would kind of catch the clouds. And again, that's why they're so lush, is the water's coming up off the ocean and hits the islands and makes those nice big clouds, and they make them weep and rain, and just beautiful. So it looks like they're turning around here, but you can see it's a party boat. Looks like they're having a good time. We were sitting here earlier right before Allison had to take off to her event, and there was one of these boats going past, and they had YMCA playing, and she and I both just kind of looked at each other. If you remember our cruise to the Mexican Riviera, October of 2021, for the return of cruising on the Majestic, that was the one where we went on a catamaran like this, sailing, and we got to sing and dance to YMCA. So I don't know if you've seen our vlog. I'll try to link it below here shortly after this is over. But looks like they're having a good time down there. We'll just keep watching this. Beautiful sunset. fun people having a good time. All the sights and sounds of the harbor for you there. It's also nice that all over the island, the flagpoles have U.S. flags. So that's kind of refreshing. I can't hear what he's saying down there, but he's getting them all juiced up in more ways than one. There you go. Yes, Jeffrey, U.S. cell coverage. So, Joanna, we do like the ship. There is a 13th deck on this ship as well as on the Royal Caribbean last week. So that's a bit of a surprise that you don't find always a deck 13, just like in many buildings you don't find a floor 13. The buffet has been very good, lots of good venues. Bars are quite available. The pools I went past today, there are 2 pools on the main pool deck, and of course there's also I think one in the adult area. Quite refreshing, a little small but not too bad. So you can see this guy down here. There you go, they're all saying hello to you. Glad that they're having a good time. Okay, well, let you see the lights here as they've come on quite a bit here. And we'll come back to the sunset some more as it gets into the fading lights of twilight here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Myra, it is lovely. Like I said, we have fallen in love with this one. This has now become one of our favorite destinations. So make sure that we're going to come back to the Caribbean. This is definitely one place we're going to return to and be happy to return to. Just absolutely beautiful here. There, I'll just leave it there for a minute and let you see. So you can see better the light over there, which is the Celebrity Beyond, rising up over the crest of that hill. Just beautiful. Don't want to keep you guys too long. We'll just keep going here for a few minutes until it gets to be where you really can't see much of anything, if that's okay with everybody. Of course, you're all welcome to come and go as you wish. Okay, so Jeffrey mentions that when he was on the Oasis, they were at the other dock and it wasn't as nice. From what I understand, that is the older part, the older dock, and this is a newer area, so maybe that lends to being a little bit better. So they've done a fantastic job. The shops there were very, whoops. Okay. Sorry about that. I lost battery on something here. Let me, just a minute. There we go. All right. My gimbal lost its battery. So we're going to handheld. So I will not be moving around as much. Princess docks at the other dock. More convenient for Water Island. Okay. That's good to know. Sorry, it's a little jumpier now that I've lost the battery on the gimbal, but you can still see the sunset. Beautiful. Well, anybody have much else to say? I think we're gonna call it for the evening. Let everybody have another last view as I scan around and pan around the harbor. Haven site here for this last view at the bow. The pretty lights, the visiting ships. Happy to bring everyone along. Thank you again, those of you that gave us super chats, super thanks this evening. That's very, very appreciated. Thanks, Bruce. Glad you could come. I will definitely give Allison a hug and tell her that she was missed. So, just last minute here as we watch this last of the sunset. So glad everybody could come. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us to be able to bring everyone along. We'll have some more tomorrow from Tortola. We will enjoy that and bring you some more news tomorrow. Being able to have a little bit of connection, we're able to sit down, and Allison's got some more cruise news that she's going to give you tomorrow. So if you haven't watched the video today, find it and watch it and see what she talks. She does talk about the Norwegian today a bit. So appreciate you all. Yolanda, grateful that you got to see your hometown here. So everyone take care. We will continue to have a good cruise. We'll be seeing you all, talking to you all again really soon. You all take very good care. God bless.